My name is Lainey Mitchell, and this is my Ecology and Conservation Biology 205 Summary of Type Species, Parasitoid Wasps, and Upside-Down Jellyfish. Bryce Clemens was the first oral presentation I sat in on. He is currently a senior at Texas A&M, and he is studying ecology and conservation biology. He spoke of the importance of type species in natural history collections. He used examples of freshwater fish. He first spoke of name-bearing type specimens and the importance they hold, and linking species names with individual specimens. They also help with the advancement of taxonomic relationships. He was hoping to assess type localities and status of populations at indicated locations. He developed data sets using North American freshwater fish and their type locations. He then used a ranking system to understand the quality of type location. Finally, they mapped and compared status of locations with population status derived from NatureServe with ravine landscape matrix describing anthropogenic alterations. Overall, his data should be able to help people understand the importance of broad-scale range changes of North American freshwater fish and the value of specimens housed in natural history collections. For me, his presentation really showed the importance, as he stated, of broad-scale range changes for North American freshwater fish, and more importantly, the impact location has on a species and how it can affect their health and livelihood. The second oral presentation I sat in on was Shannon Harris, whose year at Texas A&M I could not find, sadly, but she is studying ecology and evolutionary biology. She spoke on endosymbiosis. Sorry for not switching the slides. She spoke on endosymbiosis and how it can affect the normal characteristics of the host species, and that is what is focused on in the Spiroplasma polycene strand that infects D. melanogaster. It can cause death in larvae parasitoid wasps as they are developed in the host. The experiment takes place with the original idea of how to prevent parasitoid wasps from forming and growing inside their host. However, they are not all affected by the same substance, in this case, spiroplasma. This study is to see if the two previously unidentified wasp species, Spiroplasma polycene, showed a significant negative effect on wasp growth for both, and showed a positive effect on larvae survival. This study showed me the relationship between species and how even though they might be able to work together, it doesn't always mean they are good for each other, which explores the overall idea of ecology being the study of how different species interact with each other. The third 12-minute oral presentation I listened to was Miles Wagner, a PhD student at Texas A&M, currently studying ecology and conservation and evolutionary biology. Miles' experiment focused on the effect tropicalization has on marine community structures and the challenges that come with tracking the movement of these marine species and their shifting ranges. Their purpose of his study was to evaluate effectiveness of community, generate data for marine range shifts, and to perhaps track range expansion of specifically upside-down jellyfish. They took data from Florida that was on a website called iNaturalist and temperature from different monitoring stations off the coast. Their data showed that jellyfish had recently expanded their range northward. Their expansion coincided with the reduced cold events. The upside-down jellyfish was seen to be in different diverse coastal habitats, which suggest high tolerance to environmental change. Overall, the study shows the importance of community-generated data for tracking marine range, which were able to reveal different patterns for the species and range expansion. This research stood out to me because it resembles what we talked about in class about the migration of species and why some might choose to leave and find a new location that best supports their needs, whether it be because of direct harm or indirect harm, such as lack of resources. Thank you for listening.